Hello again, this is Andy from Circle Precision Tool with our bearing flange project. We're just describing how to go full circle on making a simple mechanical part. We're going to make a model, we're going to make a drawing, we're going to put some G-code on that, we're going to put some toolpaths on that model and generate some G-code. And this is a second video. This is making the drawing. So with that said, we are gonna we have Inventor open here because to move so we can move right along. We're going to create new, and we're going to use a drawing template generated for Circle Precision Tool, and we will do a separate video on making a title block and making up a standard drawing template. It's pretty desirable to make a few changes to what comes with Autodesk Inventor so that things come out nice. So the first thing you do when you make a drawing is place views, and you can start up here in the corner with a base view. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you I'm on the Place Views tab. So you open up your drawing template. You can use the standard one, but you'll likely want to make some changes to it so your drawings are a little more aesthetic. In base view, since I already have the bearing flange open, that's the default for the first view. This shows hidden lines. I don't like hidden lines, so we choose the one, the middle one here, which just shows the parts as a solid. 1:1 scale. It's good to make your drawings full scale. Okay, so that's our first view. I'm going to put it over here in the corner. And for this part, oftentimes you just do a 3-view drawing. For this part, I'm going to show a section. I'm going to show the bottom. I'm going to show the side, and I'm going to show an ISO. So I've clicked on the section up here. I've clicked on the view that I'm interested in sectioning. And this is the endpoint. That's the other endpoint. Say continue. I'm going to drag it out here. Say OK. And we're going to project another view from that section. This is going to show us the bottom of the part. We're going to create. We're going to go back to project a view. I can get this via right-clicking as well. There it is, right up there in the corner. Project view. This gives us a side view. Okay, and then I'm going to use that side view to project. So again, I can get that by right-clicking. Project a view, and this is going to be an isometric view that we're going to put up in the corner. Great. So I'm going to start here in an isometric view. I'm going to edit the view, and I'll make that just a solid. So it looks like the actual part. So you know, if somebody's reading your drawing, they know what the bit looks like when they're all done. We've placed our views. We're going to organize them just a little bit of spacing here. Nothing too crazy. Just leave enough space for the dimensions. Good. So now that we've got our views in place, we like how everything looks. We're going to go up to annotate and click on dimensions. So we're going to put almost all of our dimensions in as 2-place dimensions. That's plus or minus 0.010 of an inch. So that's the outside dimension. It's a 2-inch square part. We're going to edit that dimension. And I can just type in SQ at the end here. Good. So I have a 2-inch square. And is that text the right size? Let's click on that text. Let's see. And we're going to make that text Circle Precision Tool standard. Good. So what that does, my standard, the lines are a little lighter. and the text is appropriately sized for the for this drawing, being a full scale drawing. Put in some center marks. Now these center marks are just things we can pick up, and then we're going to go back to dimensioning. I'm going to grab the end of that center mark, the end of that center mark, and this is the bolt holes, and they are 1.5 inch square. SQ stands for square. Oops. Good. So that's we're going to add. So for this view, we're going to. Sorry, I'm going in and out on you like mad. We're going to do a hole note. Hole note's right there. I'm hovering on it. And we're going to just grab the edge of this hole here. I'm going to place that right up here. And say OK. Right click on that. We're going to edit the hole note. We're going to edit the quantity note. And we're just going to say PLACES. So in here, you know, this pulls the quantity right out of the model. And the trick is to use the model. And I need to edit that just a little more. I've edited the quantity note, and that took. And then I need to get my cursor in the right place and push the quantity symbol. Now that put the quantity right in there. So basically we have the note. This is a 0.2 through, and we have a countersink, 0.39 in diameter, 82 degrees. Now we're going to dimension from this edge here, this edge here. This is 150, and this dimension happens to be a diameter, so we want to make sure we include that in there so that we know that that's 150. And we're going to dimension the inside, and so the inside is going to fit a bearing, so we're going to use a little more tolerance. So we go over to this precision and tolerance tab when we make the dimension. We're going to scroll down and add 3 places, and we're going to use deviation, and the bearing itself is 125 or 4/10 less, and we're going to make our hole 125 and or 1/1000th of an inch larger, and that should make a pretty good fit. You know, different people use different strategies. This isn't about this isn't about tolerancing. This is about making a drawing. So, and now we'll say OK, and we're going to drag these around, neaten them up a little. Maybe I'll drag that up like that. That'll leave me a little space to put in the depth. So just about everything else on this part is plus or minus 0.10 of an inch. And it would in reality be made quite a bit more tolerant than that. But so that gets us the OD, the ID of the boss, the depth of the boss. And we have this through hole here. I could call that, I'm going to call that out on the back side of this view using the same strategy. Only because you like to look in, there we go. And again, we want to make sure we get a diameter symbol in there. Another strategy is we could have made this counter bore and hole as a hole, and then actually attached a hole note to it. And that might have been easier to dimension. Actually, if we were doing a more complicated part, that probably would have been a preferable way to go about business, because it would make the drawing quite a bit less busy. Down here we've got a radius. So what I can do is I'm going to click right on that. This is a 20 thousandths radius. That's all good. And then I'm going to click on this and this after clicking on the chamfer note, and we're going to throw in a chamfer, and we're going to say OK. Let's see if we can edit that. Let's grab the text and let's just go TYP. This just means typical. You can go all around as well. So we've thrown in a radius, we've thrown in a chamfer, and then we're going to throw in a leader, and we're going to leader text because the program doesn't pick up chamfers straight on very well. And here we're going to go chamfer 0.020 by 45, and we're going to hit the degree symbol. And then actually I'll just go for places. There we go. That is pretty much a drawing. Now we have the title block, and again I'm going to go back and do a video on setting up a drawing template. This one isn't even exactly where I want it. So in the title block here, essentially I want a title. I'm going back over to the view. This is view 1. This is my part. I right click on my, I'm going to say cancel. What did I lose? Nothing? Good. I'm going to go back to my part. I'm going to right click on my part. I'm opening my part, which is right here. I right click on the eye properties, going into title, and we're going to call this R8 bearing L-A-N-G-E bearing flange. We're going to apply that. I'm going to say close, and then we're going to go back to our drawing right here, and for some reason that's because I didn't say save. I said save. That's new. Alright, bearing flange. And I'm going, this is the title. I'm going to edit the definition. So I'm going to find the Mobius strip. We found the Mobius. Now I'm checking on the title. I'm right clicking on that. Edit text. So properties drawing. So here's what I'm changing. I'm going to highlight title. I'm going to click on properties model, and we're going to make that title. I'll put that right in there. So now this gets the properties from the model, not from the drawing. And it's important to put all the eye properties. There it goes. So now we have R8 bearing flange. So that's the trick to that, is you really want to pick your properties from the model. That's the end of our short drawing demonstration. We'll pick out some of the details, like making a drawing template, and maybe some more dimension tolerant details. I make specific videos on that. I just wanted to give you a quick overview. This should be enough to get most people cranking along. So thank you very much for watching our video.